with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today in HD.
Good morning, Tennessee Valley, 6:30. So glad you're tuned in to Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today. I'm Latrice Curry.
And I'm John Martin. Today is Wednesday, December 14th, 2016. Let's check in with Nick Austin for a look at today's forecast. Hello.
Hi, Nick. Good morning.
Good to be here with the two of you.
Good to have you here.
And the crew.
Yeah.
You know, it's a team effort. That's
It
what
certainly is.
Yeah, it's Rachel. I don't know.
everybody in the booth, you know.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yeah.
Danielle,
we have to say
Robert,
that because
and
they
crew.
can punch us up and we're
Well, you
fixing
know.
ourselves.
We like our
Just
morning
kidding. We
show
love them
team.
all.
What's going on weather-wise?
Well, as you head out this morning, it's just a bit chilly, but the roads will be dry for your morning commute. Unlike yesterday, where the streets were just basically wet all day. Now we're drying out, and we'll see a little bit of sun coming back through the day, about 40 degrees as you head out the door around 7 to 8 o'clock, and only in the mid-40s at lunchtime. So if you do have a plan to maybe eat lunch outside or go for a walk, it's going to be chilly, so just bundle up. Some
Probably
people
a
might
lot of
want to do
people
that.
don't plan to eat lunch
I know.
outside at this
And
time of
then,
the year.
At dark, when folks are headed home tonight,
Yeah.
again, roads will be dry, so it's going to be chilly with temps in the 40s out there. But I'll have more on the 7-day forecast and a little sneak peek at the weekend in a little bit.
Okay.
What a tease. Thanks, Nick. If you're headed downtown on US 27 northbound, traffic might be a little slow going this morning.
A large pothole formed overnight, causing closures. Now, Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pham joins us live with what you need to know to get around this problem on Highway 27 northbound. Tim, good morning. What's happening there now?
Well, good morning to you guys. They're still working on this pothole, but the morning commute, you can tell, is already starting to pick up. We're starting to see more traffic flow through this area, and it's only expected to get much more congested as the morning hours pick up. We want to show you this pothole, though. Look, it takes up almost the entire full right lane. Crews worked overnight to cut a hole where this pothole was, and they're working to repair this pothole. You can see this obviously would be a very dangerous situation for commuters, so that's why they have this side of the lane closed off. Here's a live look at current conditions over our TDOT SmartWay cameras. You can see we have a couple shots to show you of MLK and West Main Street. Those are the two exits you'll want to use during this detour because of this closure, because exit 1A to MLK is closed. Now, also we are told that the ramp to MLK, which is on the northbound side, will be closed if you're heading into downtown. So TDOT officials say the pothole actually formed over the 12th Street overpass. That's where we are standing right now. And TDOT tells us they began repairs around 3 a.m. this morning. And so drivers, again, who normally use MLK Boulevard will need to use the 4th Street exit ramp or the Main Street exit, which is right before exit 1A. And so, again, this is not just going to be the morning commute that's affected. This project, or repair rather, could last through the evening hours. TDOT tells us that they plan to work throughout the day to get this pothole repaired and get this lane back open. We'll keep tracking this story throughout the day and bring you updates on air and on WRCBTV.com. Reporting live in Chattanooga, Tim Pham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Tim, thanks for that update and warning for commuters as they get started on their day. Well, in Ray County, 2 people have been charged separately with TennCare fraud. The cases involve prescription drugs. 34-year-old Dana Trantham of Spring City is charged with TennCare fraud and obtaining a controlled substance by fraud. 37-year-old Troy Jones of Dayton is charged with 3 counts of fraudulently using TennCare to obtain painkillers. TennCare fraud is punishable by up to 4 years in prison.
Well, the Woodmore community will take another step toward a new normal today after last month's devastating bus crash.
Well, 6 elementary school-age children died in that crash and dozens more were injured. A makeshift memorial built at the site of that crash grew in honor of those young lives lost. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Heron now joins us live from the scene with what's going on there today and more on the case as it moves forward. Good morning, Michelle.
Hey, good morning to you. Well, this memorial was built by community members coming together to honor those young lives lost. And when it is moved today, it'll be done so by the community as well. So cadets with the Brainerd High School JROTC, they're going to be coming out here. They'll be packing everything up respectfully. packing it really, really nicely, and they'll be moving it to the Brainerd Youth and Development Center. It was really important to keep all of these items here in this community. They didn't want it going somewhere else, just in case anyone still wanted to visit or add some things to that. No, the victims' families will be given their own private time to take anything that they would like to take if they want to. So that's going to be happening today. Also, the case itself continues to move forward. Jonathan Walker, the bus driver charged in this case, will be in court tomorrow. You know, just talking to folks in this community, it's very obvious that people are still mourning. It's still a very heavy and still a very real situation, including the woman whose property all of this unfolded on. She spoke with us about how she's been trying to come up with a way to permanently honor those 6 lives.
I've been here for a long time, like 42 years. And it would be kind of hard, but then it's going to be hard to come out every day knowing that 5 kids will know that passed in my yard, you know.
You can just really hear the heaviness of this situation in her voice, and this is a reality that she has to now wake up to every single day. And so she's trying to find a way to really honor these young lives, as well as for these families that have lost so much in this situation. As far as the lawsuits, a 6th one was filed yesterday. This is the first lawsuit that's been filed on behalf of one of the children that was killed in that crash. It names not only the bus driver, but also the Durham School Services who employed that bus driver, as well as the maker of the bus. And so there's going to be a lot more that comes out of this, and we're tracking everything. We'll be bringing you guys a full update as to when all of these items are being moved. But for now, reporting live out of Chattanooga, I'm Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, definitely a long road to recovery for those families and the community as well. Thanks so much, Michelle. Coming up on Channel 3 Eyewitness News today, we'll have a look at your top business headlines as we head out to Wall Street and find out why General Motors is asking the Supreme Court to overturn a ruling.
And what's coming up on the Today Show, Buzz Aldrin talks about John Glenn's death and his own evacuations from Antarctica.
So all of a sudden, we get the news that you have to be evacuated. What happened?
I got out of breath. But, you know, that's nothing new, except it's a little more concentrated. Cold, you got a lot of heavy stuff, and you're not much air to breathe up there.
Well, welcome back. Not much to see on the radar here. It's not going to be a wet day like yesterday, but it will be chilly. One more look at your school day forecast. Getting the kids ready to head out to the bus stops. About 40 degrees in the city coming up at the top of the hour. And by the ride home this afternoon, only around 50 degrees. So at least some sun will be coming back, but make sure the kids are dressed warmly. Here's John with a check of your traffic.
Hello and good morning. It is 6:42 on this hump day. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside at your morning commute. We've been talking about it all morning right there on the left-hand side of your screen. TDOT trying to patch up that pothole on 27 northbound. Tim Pham is going to give us an update again here shortly. It's not really affecting anything yet, but as the morning commute picks up, of course, it's going to cause a big slowdown. Also, again, want to let you know if your travels take you up towards Nashville this morning, in Rutherford County, an overturned tractor trailer that was carrying hazardous materials has caught fire. The interstate really backed up right now. They're asking for everyone to just get off of it, and in fact, residents around the area to shelter in place. We'll keep you updated on that. Now, here's Latrice to look at business headlines.
All right, thanks so much, John. Time now to get down to business. General Motors is asking the Supreme Court to overturn a ruling, and Apple says yes, there is a standalone app for that. CNBC's Landon Dowdy has a look at the day ahead in your business news.
Today could be the day. The Dow is less than 90 points away from hitting a new milestone, 20,000, after a triple-digit rally yesterday. The Dow has surged about 9% since Election Day from about 18,300, and it looks to eclipse 20K today as the Federal Reserve is widely expected to announce it's raising interest rates for the first time this year and signal whether the economy has improved since the election. The Dow rising 114 points Tuesday to 19,911. The Nasdaq up 51 to 5463. General Motors is asking the Supreme Court to overturn an appeals court ruling that the company's 2009 bankruptcy didn't shield it from lawsuits over faulty ignition switches linked to 124 deaths and 275 injuries. It is a last-ditch effort by GM to block hundreds of customers' lawsuits. The company has already paid $2 billion in criminal and civil penalties and settlements. And Apple's new standalone support app is now available in the U.S. App Store, launched last month. It lets people find product documents, schedule appointments with the Genius Bar, as well as chat, email, or call an Apple support technician. Apple says the app provides a streamlined way for people to access the help that they need. With your CNBC Morning Business Report, I'm Landon Dowdy.
Welcome back. 647, topping international headlines. Fighting is still underway after reports that the 4-year-long battle for Aleppo, Syria appeared to be near its end. The Russian government, allied with the Syrian regime, said Tuesday that military action had ceased, claiming that Syrian forces had taken control of Aleppo from rebels. Now, thousands of residents are streaming out of their neighborhoods. The UN humanitarian aid agency says its partners in Syria have recorded about 37,000 people have fled. Donald Trump's pick for Secretary of State ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson being scrutinized on Capitol Hill.
Well, it's mostly over Tillerson's relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Senator Bob Corker says he doesn't hold that friendship against Tillerson, saying that it can establish a level of trust. Also in the spotlight, how Trump is going to avoid conflicts of interest with his global real estate empire as president. Trump says he's going to turn the business over to his sons and not make any new deals. Well, the Today Show will have much more on this in just a bit, in just over 10 minutes. Well, in South Carolina, federal authorities have released the confession video of Dylan Roof, the man charged with killing 9 parishioners at Charleston's Mother Emanuel Church last year. Well, today prosecutors are expected to call their final witness. One of those witnesses, a survivor of the shootings. Roof faces 33 federal charges, including hate crimes. The proceedings set to start at 9:30 this morning.
Actor and talk show host Alan Thicke died Tuesday night at the age of 69. He died from a heart attack. The actor was born in Canada and was best known for playing Dr. Jason Seaver on the 1980s hit show Growing Pains. Also composer, writing the theme song for The Facts of Life and a rendition of the Wheel of Fortune theme song.
Well, in your health news, President Obama signed the 21st Century Cures Act into law on Tuesday. The bipartisan bill provides $6.3 billion for a variety of health initiatives. Money will go towards mental health treatment, cancer research, and the fight against opioid abuse. The new law also helps the Food and Drug Administration speed up drug approvals and pushes better use of technology in medicine. Nearly $2 billion of the funds will be invested in cancer research.
The oldest American just celebrated another birthday.
Yes, Adele Dunlap of New Jersey turned 114 years old on Monday. Back in July, Dunlap became the oldest living American citizen following the death of Goldie Mickelson at the age of 113. Residents and staff at Dunlap's nursing home celebrated her milestone birthday, although she says she doesn't really like all the fuss and attention. Dunlap is said to have a tendency to shave about a decade off her age when asked how old she is. At this point, when you're over 100, oh my goodness, it's like, hello.
Just like a day
like,
over 90.
yes.
They raged until 4 p.m. It was a crazy
party.
crazy day out there. Well, happy birthday. Congratulations. That's I get, do you congratulate people at this
114.
point? But is that weird? Congratulations on still being alive.
At 100, yeah. That is an accomplishment.
All right, let's talk about weather.
Yeah,
She doesn't want to make a fuss over it, like she said, right?
Yeah. No big deal. I'm 114.
Easy schmeezy, right?
Yeah.
All right, it's chilly out there
for
now.
her.
It's not going to warm up a lot today, but the bright side, some sunshine coming back. So I'll have your forecast coming up next.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic sponsored by CHI Memorial Convenient Care. No matter how minor the emergency, we provide trusted urgent care for every bump, bruise, cold, or cough. Now in Cleveland and Signal Mountain.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. The time is 6:55. Big traffic news we want to tell you about. We got a live shot now. This is 24 up in Rutherford County. There are reports at our NBC station up there that a semi-fire burning hazardous chemicals turned over, caught on fire, and nearby residents are being urged to shelter in place. This is causing huge backups. I-24, both east and westbound, right outside of Nashville. That's just south of Nashville. So if your travels take you up there this morning, please be aware of that. They are trying to divert traffic as best they can. We're going to keep you up to date on that. And then here in a second, talk about another incident happening locally that's going to impact your morning commute. Now, though, let's talk to Nick about weather. Good morning, Nick.
Morning, John. That's right. Big potholes out there. We got to be careful. Right here in our area, 41 degrees in the city right now with 30s from Knoxville to Nashville and over to Memphis. But look at St. Louis, Missouri right now. It's 18 degrees. That's the actual air temperature. So that colder air from up in the Midwest will be here into the Tennessee Valley before we know it. Not so much for today, but tomorrow and Friday. 41 in the city now, 39 in Cleveland, up in Athens it's 37. And it's 39 in Pikeville. North winds at about 9 miles an hour, making it feel like it's actually in the 30s as far as temperatures. So you have to bundle up as you head out. We still have a decent amount of cloud cover out there, especially from Dalton near Fort Payne and northward. South of Dalton, it's not as cloudy, but there is a lot of fog down towards the Atlanta metro area. But most of the cloud cover is in the middle and upper atmosphere with all the moisture flow from the southwest up into the mid-atmosphere. But here down near the ground, we have high pressure, drier air and cool air. So we're going to see the clouds thinning out with this high pressure moving in, and it'll be a brighter day than yesterday overall. We won't get wall-to-wall sunshine, but some sun will come back. And skies will stay fair tonight, heading through the day tomorrow and even into Friday. Things are looking pretty quiet. So no major weather problems, except that it will be breezy at times, and it's going to be very, very chilly for the next few days as well. We do warm up a little bit into the weekend, but it also gets wetter into the weekend. But we could use some more help with rain. Although the drought situation has been improving, we still are in a drought, extreme to exceptional drought, again, for the majority of the viewing area. So any more help from rainfall would be good. 52 for the high in the city today. Outside of town, up in the mountains, we're talking about temperatures holding steady in the 40s all day with northwesterly winds, but some sun comes back today, so that's the good news. 27 late tonight for the low with fair skies. And your 7-day forecast, only 40 for a high tomorrow, partly sunny. So in the mountains and outside of the city, we're talking about especially in the mountains, highs maybe barely above freezing, and that's about it tomorrow. 22 Friday morning in the city, and then up to about 47. So really, really chilly for Thursday and Friday, or just downright cold, however you want to describe it.
Yeah, I think at that point, let's just say cold.
I know. Could see a little bit of rain on Saturday, maybe more of a steady wet weather for most of the day on Sunday. Temperatures possibly dropping all day Sunday into the 30s by the afternoon. So if there's any rain left over to our west on the plateau, that rain could turn to freezing rain, and it might get a little icy up there, but that's still subject to change, so just watch for our updates on the forecast over the next few days. Certainly looks like it's going to rain on Sunday at least.
Okay.
All right, Nick,
All
thank
right.
you very
You bet.
much.
On my way here.
Well, let's recap your top morning stories. If you got to go 27 northbound, you might want to go ahead and hit the road right now. There's a large pothole that's going to cause a lot of backups. TDOT officials say the pothole formed at the 12th Street overpass in the outside lane. Officials say the size of that pothole forced TDOT to close the outside lane and exit ramp to MLK Boulevard until the repairs were made. We've been checking in with Tim Pham all morning. It is quite the hole. Drivers who normally use the MLK Boulevard ramp are going to need to use the 4th Street exit ramp instead.
Well, a 6th lawsuit has been filed in connection with the deadly Woodmore bus crash. It's the first on behalf of a child who died in that crash. It's been filed by the parents of Ziana Harris. 5 lawsuits were filed previously for students injured in the wreck on the Talley Road on November 21st. 2 students still in the hospital listed in fair condition this morning. Walker is due in court tomorrow. That's the bus driver for a preliminary hearing. Well, last night, Dolly Parton and just a few of her many friends teamed up to raise millions for the more than 1,300 families who lost their homes in the Gatlinburg wildfires.
The 3-hour telethon was called Smoky Mountains Rise, a benefit for the My People Fund. Just the checks featured throughout the broadcast totaled over $2.1 million. Rossville native and American Idol Lauren Elena made an appearance, as well as Hank Williams Jr., Reuben McIntyre, Cyndi Lauper, and many, many more. Families who lost their primary residence will receive $1,000. So great thing being